Alright, ladies and gentlemen, something a little bit different that I've not done on my channel properly, like ever. We're doing a tier list video for the COD Zombies maps from World at War through to Cold War, including the maps from Infinite Warfare and World War II, because I've played some of them. I don't know about you, if you have.
I've played the Infinite Warfare ones. The only ones I've not played is Vanguard, and the ones we've already taken out.
Should have mentioned I was on with PJ, and yes, we have taken out the maps from Ghosts and Advanced Warfare because neither of us have played them, so they will just basically sitting in the X, haven't played, no opinion on. Right, so not much else to really explain. I think it's fair to say though, we're not gonna let things like nostalgia blind us. It's gonna be pretty much open and shut. Like, we're gonna be fair with our judgments on this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there is a couple that, like, nostalgia makes you want to play, but it's more a case of, like, it's not that, oh, like, we'll remember it with rose-tinted glasses. It's, where would the franchise be without this map?
True.
Like, for example, the first map's Actor Totem.
Yeah.
Like,
Actor Totem, that was obviously first map. It was the little side mode that could in Zombies. It wasn't actually meant to be its own full-blown
yeah, this was a survival mode that I know, Ryan, you've never played World at War, have you?
I played it after they patched in that you didn't need to finish the campaign to play Nacht.
Right, so I played it back when you had to finish a campaign, and literally you finished off on top of the Reichstag. You put your flag down, credits rolled. You then woke up in Actor Totem.
Damn.
That was how it was.
Yeah, back when zombies was actually Nazi zombies and not just zombies.
Also, another wee thing for that game, the very first level on that campaign, you could get the ray gun. Yeah,
I remember that. Alright, there was like a little fucking way you could do it. And then on BO1, wasn't it? You could get the thunder gun by like shooting a bunch of gravestones or something and then like causing explosions and shit.
Yep.
Like that's a very loose interpretation of it, but yeah.
So I would say,
if we're looking at where
it's no near perfect, because it was very, very beginning. You didn't have a mystery. I don't even think you had the mystery box.
You had the mystery box. You had the mystery box and the help.
You had no package punch, you had no perks, it was literally survive at all costs.
Yeah.
So I would put Nacht at average.
I'd put it at average as well. Like, if the ray gun didn't kill you in one hit, it might have been a little bit better. Cause like I know that was a thing just because of like they were working out like the kinks with wonder weapons and stuff. So
the ray gun was the only wonder weapon in that one.
The ray gun was the first wonder weapon. First one ever. And yeah, so Nacht going into average it's gonna piss off a lot of people, we know, but honestly, you gotta be fair. Like, while Nacht is very important to the story, the game mode, and yeah, true, the game mode would not exist without that being the first little step towards it. It really doesn't have much going for it.
Plus, the remakes haven't really helped it either.
Well, that's the thing. The BO3 remake, because we're not including remakes in this. We're doing this purely off the actual basic map that it was at launch.
Yeah.
The BO1 remake is They added Mule Kick and that was it. But the BO3 remake was really good because they added in the Wonder Fizz, and obviously you have Gobblegums, which just break the game in general.
And there was also the Locust.
The Locust in the cabinet, which, what wasn't it? A scoped Springfield? Wasn't it the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not fun.
However, as well, was also your first Easter egg song.
Wasn't it you had to shoot the barrels, or was it the radio?
No, it was the barrels. You had to explode them with grenades.
Oh.
I think I can't remember if it was you had to explode them with grenades, or if you had to like, shoot them once and had to look. I
know they changed it in BO3 so that it was 3 buttons you had to press, or that was BO1. It was 3 buttons you had to press, and then BO3 it was the radio.
The BO3 was the radio.
And you had a bunch of different songs you could cycle through.
Yep.
So, C average for Noct, that's about right. Which, by the way, the tiers are near perfect, great, good, average, lackluster, bad, painful, and X haven't played or no opinion on, which is these here. There'll be more added to this in a bit, don't worry. So, next up, Verrupt, the Asylum. Interesting enough, the first map where you meet Tank Dempsey.
And McCain, was it not?
No, McCain was busy infiltrating Shino.
No, oh yeah, it was. It was
Paxton Gunner Ridge, Tank Dempsey, John Banana, and Smokey. I think that was the 4 guys that was in it. From like lore videos I've heard.
So I think, honestly, for atmosphere-wise, taking out the story completely, Verrupt is one of the most scariest maps on the planet.
Oh yeah. Like this is back when zombies was actually a scary mode. This wasn't just like, this is before they tried to fucking make it easier or make it more.
Before Nolan North get his hands on it.
What?
And made it funny. Before Nolan North get his hands on it and made it funny.
Yeah, true. Where Deadpool fucking jumped out of the map in Rick Toffin's body. I would put Verrupt personally at good above Nat, just because it did add the perks to it.
Yeah.
And it had the first trap as well that actually did infinite damage, which was really your only way of surviving.
And also the zombies were faster.
Yeah, it was actually a challenge. It was a real challenge.
Yeah. Like, you can get to Nact if you know how to train up and how to manage in a tight space. You can get to round 20 in Nact quite easily.
Yeah, because fun fact for that, aside from the fact that the zombies only top out on 24 per round, as long as you are moving at all, the zombies can't hit you. So if you're walking, you can walk past them and they actually can't hit you at all. It's something to do with how long it takes them to hit you, like, or how long it takes them to swing.
Yeah. Whereas is Verrupt, they were Usain Bolt fast.
Verrupt, it didn't matter how fast you moved. Yeah, they were already on your ass. Yeah. So I think Verrupt going at good just because of what it added and how scary it was is the best way to go.
And one last thing with that one as well is if you were 2-player mode, you started in different rooms and had to meet up in the middle.
Yeah, it had the first split spawn room, which, yeah, if you didn't spawn on the jug side, that was horrible.
Yep.
Even on solo, it's even worse because you have to remember, the original quick revive did not pick you up. It only had the multiplayer effect for 1,500 points on solo, which was useless.
Yep. And you didn't get spare change at the time.
Nope, there was no spare change either. So I think Verrupt sitting at good is just where it should be because of what I added. And then that was it.
So next up is Shinonuma.
The swamp. Looking at it now, honestly, I'm already saying it's average.
Nah, I would say it's below. I would say D.
Fair. Okay, go ahead.
So yes, it brings in Takio, Dempsey, Richtofen, and Nikolai.
Which is a mistake I actually made in my YBO4 failed video. This was the first map you actually get them in, but it's Darius that's the first map they actually kind of interact with each other.
Yeah. Now, my issue with Shinonuma is there's not many great training spots in it.
Yeah, like
unless you use the flogger.
Yeah, the flogger trap is the only area where it's easy enough to survive in. You do have the Wonder Waff, however, and it is infinite damage and it kills 12 zombies per hit. So 2 shots does the entire round.
Do you get the Wonder Waff in that one?
Yes, you do.
I thought the Wonder Waff only came in Darius.
No, the Wonder Waff, I'll double check it, but I'm fairly sure. Shinonuma.
The BO3 version, you get it, but
Hold on. I'm pretty sure you... No, not that fucking article. No, not that one either. Let me see. Special WEMs. Oh, it's only in solo when you play, by the way. You get 24 zombies per round. And it was also the first map with hellhounds, actually, fun fact.
Yeah. I mean,
yes,
there is...
the Wonderwaff is actually introduced on this map, yes.
Oh, right, okay.
So yeah, that's why you could actually get to stupid high rounds. Like if you look up some of the high round runs for Shi no Numa, like they're in the thousands upon thousands of rounds. Till the game crashes.
I suppose as well, I mean, I could live with being on average.
I could live with it being on average just because, like, it was the first... Go on.
Did they not also bring in Speed Cola as well?
Speed Cola was unverhooked. The original 4 were introduced unverhooked.
Was it? I thought...
Yep.
I thought that was brought in that.
No. Shi no Numa has the Wonderwaff, and I'm pretty sure it's only on Derice that the Wonderwaff steals your jug. If you shoot yourself with it by accident. I don't think it happens on Shino. I could be wrong.
That was only in the World at War version.
You what?
That was only in the World at War version.
Yeah, it was only in the World at War version. I'm not sure if it carried over, if it was in Shino as well, but I know in Derice that happened, which...
No, it was definitely only... It was definitely only in Derice. That. It was an issue when they were patching it across for some reason. I don't know what it was that actually caused it. But it was just an issue when they were when they're putting the Wonderwaff in.
Even though the perk stays on the screen, you don't have it.
Yeah.
So I think Shi no Numa sitting at average is just where it should be.
Yeah, fair enough. I can agree with that.
And now we're on to the, if we're being real here, the map that everyone sucks off the most with the World at War. Derice.
Yeah, Derice. So,
now, I do understand the reasons behind like it being so popular, aside from the fact that it introduced the Pack-a-Punch machine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the biggest innovation zombies had seen up to that point. Like, I mean, the 4 perks were cool, but we got literally nothing new except the Wonderwaff on Shino. Which, true enough, it was in the box. Fair enough, anyone could get it. But it wasn't like something that you could upgrade. It was the first true Easter egg, yeah, with the, was it Samantha Says?
Yeah, Samantha's Toys.
Yeah, Samantha Says. I think that was the. Oh no, Samantha Says is Moon. Yeah, it was the. You shoot the toys. There was a name for it. Hide and seek or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hide and seek.
Yeah, you got nothing for it. Like you did it and you got like a voice quote and that was it. But in the BO3 remake, you got the Annihilator. Like, what would you call it? Specialist.
Yeah. Well.
The Annihilator Specialist as the...
Well, it's the most handicapped specialist, I would say.
Yeah. Fucking shit.
Oh, I didn't know Adam was in this.
In what? Fuck's sake, dude. Oh, God. I need fucking edit that now.
Adam will laugh at that.
Yeah, you will.
Adam is my brother for anybody that thinks so. If anybody's getting ready to call anybody handicapped here, it is me.
Yeah.
So I would say Derice. I would say Derice is the thing is well, there's a lot of story to Derice, isn't there?
Yeah, Derice is
like,
basically is
Derice
where
it all. It's like WrestleMania 20 is where it all began again.
Yeah, Derice is where Richtofen locked Samantha and Maxis in the teleporter with Fluffy, and they all got teleported to their different areas.
Oh no, it was Maxis first, and then it was Samantha with Fluffy.
No, Samantha, he teleported Fluffy, and she gave birth to the Hellhounds when she was in there. But she came back in the teleporter. Samantha came in, saw what she looked like in the teleporter, ran towards her. Maxis ran to try and grab Samantha. The two of them went in. Richtofen shut the two of them in and said, "Hasta la vista, fuck you." And Maxis went to the crazy place. Samantha went to the MPD on Moon, and the poor doggo just got sent into the fucking ether to stay. Oh, okay. That's actually what happened.
Alright, okay. I always thought it was the other way. I always thought he teleported Maxis away first, and then.
No, the two they all went together, but they all went different areas.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. I would put Derice in good and no higher. Even though it added the Pack-a-Punch, even though it added the Pack-a-Punch, there was too much against the player. Like the whole thing of the Wonderwaft stealing your jug was kind of pointless. I know it was accidental and it was just like a coding error, but it basically made the map no fun to play. Because once you Pack-a-Punch the Wonderwaft, you didn't want to use it.
Plus that damn corridor between the catwalk and spawn.
Yeah, that was a bit of a joke.
However, when you say that though, when you think about it, that catwalk can't be spot line. Here's the thing. I never got to enjoy World at War when it was actually the newer thing. So I never got the joy of camping on the catwalk. I never got to use the original PPSH. Yeah. Oh, that PPSH when it was Pack-a-Punch in the OG versions was so good.
I have never gotten it from the box once.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I have played the OG World at War maps. And I have played all the OG BO1 maps as well, which we have coming up. So I do have a lot of nostalgia for these maps.
Yeah, I've played most of these coming up now.
One point I am going to make on the next map, and I don't care what anyone says, there is a reason why I have a next map as at least an A grade.
Okay.
It's Kino the Toten.
Yeah. So put the Reese in good because it's just good. That again, this is like just to remind people, this is the internet. This is an opinion, right? We all have different opinions, so you don't need to be pissy about it. Because a lot of people are going to see that Nacht is only an average and they're going to go, oh no.
I am open to debate and I am open to other opinions on what I am saying, but at the same time, I am quite a bit older than Ryan. Ryan's just our ages with my younger brother. That's how we met. And in my opinion, like, I am going back to the days where if you wanted to play online, you had to hook up an Ethernet cable to your console. You didn't have Wi-Fi ports to do it with when the original Xbox came out. The original Xbox 360 came out, sorry.
Yeah, was that back when dial-up was still a thing?
No, not that far back. You talk about you only get broadband last year, Ryan. You're in Ireland.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we still had to.
You didn't get fibre optic yet.
Well, it's here, or we don't have it. Oh, man. Yeah, we've got AT's finger. That's about that, yeah. So next map, Kino.
So, Kino the Toten.
You have the floor.
At this point, I was on PS3. So I have to preface this with that. PS3 went down for 3 months between the January of that year and the April that year.
Oh, was that was like...
That was a major PlayStation hack.
Yeah, okay.
Where a lot of people actually thought, and including, I'm sure some of Sony's insiders also thought, that Microsoft had something to do with it.
Of course.
Because of how bad it got hit.
Yeah, like they were completely like offline. Like there was no getting it back, right?
Nothing whatsoever.
Jesus.
So you can imagine, I'm 19 at this point. So this is 2010, 2011. And at this point, I was more a multiplayer player than I was a zombies player. But if my friends were over, or if I was online with a couple of friends, and we got bored of multiplayer, I would jump on zombies, because that was what you done back at that time. Zombies wasn't... the zombies community wasn't even really a thing at the point. So, at that point, we were back to couch co-op. When the PlayStation Network went down. So literally we grinded out Kino for 3 months and done everything to try to find every single bit of lore within that map. So for me, Kino is A. Not only that, yes, it brought in probably the most broken wonder weapon of all time, but who doesn't want to throw up a zombie?
What did you say? It kind of cut it down.
Who doesn't want to thunderclap a zombie?
That's true.
And then when you pack-a-punched it, you had that. If you pack-a-punched that and you pack-a-punched the Galil, you could literally sit in the corner at the stage, just don't open up the other door, and you could literally just sit in there and just maul everything that came towards you, and you had no issue.
Yeah, just the pack-a-punched thunder gun gave us one of the coolest names for a wonder weapon ever, the Zeus cannon.
Yep.
Like, just throwing that out there, but no, I basically agree with all that. Like, Kino at A is like, I personally feel, this is gonna piss off some people, that Kino is really fucking overrated, but I can understand why it is held in such high regard, because it was just openly available day one on disc. You just threw it in and you had the game, and you had that map, and then you had the next one as well after.
Kino, 5, and Dead Ops were your 3 opening zombies package.
Yeah, we ain't going to be talking about Dead Ops in this, because yeah.
Yeah, although to be fair, to get Dead Ops, you did have to do a wee bit of a...
That was was that Zork, was it?
You typed in Dead Ops Arcade first of all, and then you done Zork. You done Zork secondly.
Nice. So yeah, no, but I agree. Kino A. I can back that.
Can we also just point out, so did you play BO1?
Oh yeah, I played the show of it, yeah.
Right, okay. How cool was the zombies menu in BO1?
Oh yeah,
because you had what's his name?
I'll have the gameplay. I'll have a gameplay of it in the background here so you can see it.
But basically, so you're in the chair as Mason.
Yeah.
And Hudson's in the room above, obviously. If you complete the campaign, you find out it's Hudson that's actually interrogating you. And next minute, when you go into the zombie screen, Hudson disappears. There's just zombies walking back and forth across that screen.
And claw and
everything turns red and everything's all bloodied and everything. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking going into the zombies mode was just like, especially when it was couch co-op with all your mates, it was just, at that point, zombies was still somewhat scary.
It instantly changed the atmosphere.
Yeah, because it's like, oh shit. And I'm going to put this, I want to ask you this, because I know it'll probably stir up some shit. M14 gang or Olympia gang?
M14. Olympia gang's not a thing.
You sure about that?
Oh
dear. Yeah, for a long time I was Olympia gang.
Oh.
I would much... My reasoning was, I would much rather have something that can one-shot the zombies early on, because I didn't understand the concept of, oh, hang on a minute, I need points.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can one-shot them with the M14 as well. All you had to do was headshot.
Yeah, well, I was stupid. Remember, I was younger.
Plus, also, the other thing with Kino got talking as well, it brought in the first ever version of double tap.
No, it didn't. That was Verrucht.
No, it was double tap. Not in
no, Kino. Double tap was in Kino, but it was in Verrucht first.
I thought it was just jump, speed cola.
No, quick revive, jump, speed cola, and double tap. All 4 are in Verrucht.
You need stamina.
Stamina. No, mule kick was that. No, it was.
There was one that was added to the Kino.
No, there wasn't. There actually wasn't. The first new perk was added in Ascension.
No.
I'm telling you it was. I know, because there was 2. There was actually
had PhD.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
No, it didn't have PhD.
No. I'll tell you when we get to them, but I know what perks are released on what maps. Kino had no new perks. I swear to fuck. Right?
What? I mean, to be fair, I'm going back, 12 plus, 13 plus years? Yeah.
BO1 came out 2010, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 13 years. That's sad.
Yeah, look at the state of zombies got now.
That's fucking sad. Yeah, but no, Kino A, I agree with. So, 5.
Painful.
Yeah, painful. Yeah, well, painful, but I wouldn't put it in painful.
No.
No,
Hold on.
Yeah, I know how fucking bad it is. Trust me, I know.
Right, I have 2 things that put this in painful.
Go on then, let's hear it.
3 actually, technically, right?
Okay.
1, Winter's Hill was the worst wonder weapon that was ever made.
Could you even call that a wonder weapon?
Exactly.
It was a fucking ice cube machine.
The ice cube machine hurts more.
Yeah. Oh fuck, I'm dying.
2, the fucking Pentagon thief.
Oh, Yuri. Yeah. Yeah, but he was a high risk, high reward kind of guy.
The thing was, he always stole your weapon.
Yeah, that's why you had to try and quick swap to your other weapon so he wouldn't take the good one like the ray gun.
Then 3, the Nova crawlers in such a tight space.
I think, yeah, okay, fair enough, you've put it in painful. It was because the map was so anti-player, and it's quite literally just ported piece for piece from the campaign.
Concept-wise, fantastic.
Aye, a map set in the Pentagon.
The character-wise, fantastic.
Yeah.
Castro, John McCain, and Nixon.
No, you have Fidel Castro, McNamara, Richard Nixon, and JFK.
Sorry,
which
and I'm
they missed bringing Deadshot in on this map, by the way. Just saying. Yeah, this video is getting demonetized if I ever get ads.
Oh god. That one gave me a bit of headache.
Oh damn. But no, I can agree with you it being in painful, but like it had so many like little good things that just outweighed the bad. Like honestly, I would have put it in just bad.
Take bad.
Like I would put it in bad. But it is definitely a fucking horrible map, even though it was one of the toughest high rounds to do. Yeah. Which, by the way, Dalek, we know you cheated, you're a cunt.
Yep. You know something? The sad reality is, I don't know why the rest of them put up. Well, sorry. I don't know why Noah and Pat put up with the rest of you guys.
I don't know why anyone puts up with Lex.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? So, Noah and Pat, right? Noah still streams stuff, and I have never seen anything about Noah pulling a fast one on anyone. Really?
No.
Right?
The only ones you've heard about is Dalek and Syndicate.
Yeah. Dalek put a fast one on everyone. Lex bumped his fans.
Yeah.
Waffles, you're doing your own thing. That's fine. No issue with that. And Pat, just gonna finish Zombies Retrospective, please.
Yeah, he said why he's not doing Rev because it's just a remake map, so he doesn't care.
You get BO4 maps.
He didn't. He didn't play BO4. He refused to play it.
Yeah, he was playing Fortnite at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he started sucking off Fortnite something awful, which I'm sorry, but when he said in that fucking the whole story of COD Zombies video that a new game came along that was free and captured his heart, I just said fucking nothing but betrayal, dude. Like Fortnite, I will give it credit where it's due, but like, I'll give Fortnite credit where it's due sometimes, but no, like just because it was free was not an excuse for you to like. I understand that if you were getting burnt out on zombies, say that. Don't just fucking like lie about it or hide it.
Well, it's like you and I both know how much easier it is to stream Fortnite.
Oh yeah, like so much easier because you get any amount of viewers for it for free.
Not just that as well, and I'm not talking about the viewer grab. I'm genuinely talking about like Fortnite. You can literally you can literally stream it, no issue. You've also got the replay feature from your previous matches, which you didn't have in COD at the time.
Yeah, and you can actually use that to make like cinematics and stuff.
And also, like in COD, you've got, unless you have a lobby full of people that you know, you've got to mute your lobby. Whereas in Fortnite, it's literally just the people you're on with.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, getting back to the actual good game here.
So Ascension,
average. I'm straight up averaging it. For me, I will give my reasons, but I want to hear what you think as well.
I've got Ascension and good.
I would say average just because the monkeys are such a fucking waste on it.
No, I like the monkey idea on it.
I don't, because fuck them cunts stealing your perks.
Yeah, but then
there's too many machines for you to defend. Plus, if you complete the Easter egg on it, you get a perkaholic. Yeah, which wasn't a term we had until BO3, but whatever. So that means you have to defend every... What?
It's a perma pack.
You still lose it if they attack the machines.
Yeah, but like there was only ever like 5 monkeys.
Yeah, but think about how many perk machines there is, and one monkey goes to one machine. Which, by the way, sometimes quick revive would disappear in one hit, and it counted towards the quick revives you'd already used.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's why I'm saying average. It was so anti-player with the monkeys. However, I will say, we got 2 of the greatest perks ever made on that map. Stamina Up and PhD Flopper.
Oh yeah, PhD is next to one of the rovers.
PhD is in the middle lander area. Stamina Up is on the left lander.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, so... Yeah. So I think Ascension goes in average just because of the monkeys, but if you really go by what it added, like the new perks and stuff, then I could bump it to good and that'd be about it.
I would say it's
anything more than that though, and that's a no.
One, the Easter egg was totally like nobody had a Scooby had one, apart from shooting the rocket. The
rocket wasn't even part of the Easter egg though. Launching the rocket is for Pap, yeah.
No, I mean shoot the rocket down though. Nothing that you could do it.
Yeah, then someone did it by accident, was it, or something one day, or just randomly tried it?
I know that I randomly tried it, and the thing is, YouTube was at its infancy at the time.
Yeah, YouTube was kidding you.
I randomly tried it with an RPG and hit it. I didn't blow it up, and I was like, "That's sweet, you can do it."
I find it funny to say though that even though YouTube was in its infancy, it was actually 5 years old at that point.
So I would say good because it had the kind of like first proper Easter egg.
Oh, just to make one thing clear, by the way, these being on these levels, they're all equal. They're not like Varuk is not better than Darius, nor is it better than Ascension. It's just they're all on the same level. They're all equal. It's just in the order we're going on.
I would say that, like I said, like so. For Ascension, I had the first proper Easter egg, right? Yeah. Until recently, we didn't even notice it, but the Shadow Man's on the freaking map.
Is he?
Yes. Pizza noticed it. He is in one of the buildings. You can see his shadow outline in one of the buildings on the map.
Okay then.
Near where you do the Easter egg steps with the gas device and stuff.
All right.
Also, it brought in gas devices.
Yeah, true enough. Actually, little black hole portals that were able to be carried around.
So yeah, I would say Ascension has to go on good.
Yeah, I can back that then with what they added. Call the Dead. This is another one for me that's average.
No, I would say detail.
Lackluster.
Yes.
Let's just get the elephant out of the room. By the way, George is a fucking nuisance.
So no, I don't have an issue with George Romero. That's not even my problem with that map.
Go on.
That map had so much potential and just didn't hit.
Plus, it was the first celebrity map.
First celebrity map, right? Which I have no issue with the celebrities that were used. I actually like all the celebrities that were used.
Same here.
Take the Daphne aspect out of Sarah Michelle Gellar and just solely his Buffy. Yes.
Yeah.
But Wonder weapons were trash.
Scavenger was only viable if you had fucking PhD, and the VR11 was purely there for the Easter egg.
The Easter egg, well, it was complicated in a sense. Once it was solved, it wasn't complicated anymore. You were just really based off RNG.
Yeah, there was a lot of luck. Because you had to get the Matryoshka dolls, you had to get the VR11, like...
Turn that to the map after the next one. I have a higher place for that one though. Now, in regards to Call of the Dead, like I said, had so much potential, but was just it didn't hit.
No,
and I don't know. I don't think. I'll be honest with you. I don't even like the actual map itself. For a map.
Like, it's very close quarters, and the whole concept of freezing I thought was quite, even though I understand it, it's fucking ridiculous. Because it basically makes pack-a-punching a death sentence.
But I also don't see the point in the map being there in the first place.
What, being in Siberia?
Yes.
It's there for lore reasons.
Yeah, but it didn't make sense in my in my head.
Oh yeah, at the time, yeah, like definitely, it was just random as fuck.
Because you've got to think, right, everywhere else you've been so far, so... That we now know was in Poland.
Yeah.
Verrucht was...
It was a group 935 facility that they were using that had an outbreak.
Yep.
Shino was the Division 9 version of basically Group 935. Division 9 is basically the Japanese version of Group 935. It was a zombie research facility.
Darius was Germany.
Darius was the main hub where everything kind of happened.
Yep.
Kino was...
Dead. That was literally just an accident to the way the transporter worked.
Kino was a research facility as well.
Just outside Berlin.
Yes.
Then
5 is the fucking Pentagon. It just so happened to have a zombie outbreak because of Samantha.
Yeah, but 5 as well was literally just an offshoot kind of. It's a side storyline kind of thing.
Yeah, it's still tied into the story, but it's just not the main crew.
And
then you go to Ascension, which was
the Russian rockets.
Which was the Russian rockets, and it was the space testing facility.
Yeah, and it was also during the Cold War period, which is where Black Ops 1 set.
Yep.
So
and then you go to Call of the Dead, which is set in the future, which is actually at the in Siberia, where the events of Tiger Totem take place, and that's where we know that Richthofen started experimenting on the 3 other members of the original crew. That's why it happens there. George Romero happens upon the research of Group 935 and decides to turn it into a movie. Which is why
No. I know why that's there, actually. I now remember why that is actually there. So, not just that for zombie reasons.
Okay.
There is a mission in BO1. I'm sure you play as Reznov.
Okay.
And he kills not Reznov, but your character in World it was Dmitry Petrenko.
Yeah.
Who dies at that facility in Siberia.
Oh fuck, okay.
That was where the whole part of Steiner, Dragovich, Kravchenko, these men must die. Because they were sent to this facility in Siberia to go and collect Steiner. Because it was originally a Nazi facility. And basically, the Kravchenko, Steiner, and Dragovich used Dmitry and all the rest of it to test Nova 6 gas on them and literally just melted them alive.
Jesus.
Now, so that's why I kind of remember now why that's actually in there and why they used that map. So fair enough. But yeah, so like I would say, like I said, Call of Duty, I would say lackluster just because there was so much potential for it. And it kind of felt just kind of,
Yeah, that's fair. I can back
that. Next one.
Shangri-La. That's another map that I'd honestly... Yeah. I love that was a theory. That was funny.
It has been confirmed.
No, it hasn't. It was actually debunked. Like I think the devs came out and actually said it wasn't. It was actually set like where it's set. It wasn't set on Mars, but it was like the whole inspiration behind the secret Easter egg on Tagder Toten. As like that was the secret Easter egg that you go to this like little island and it looks out to Mars.
But somebody else has come out recently and said though, so during the day it's set, during the day you are in where it's set.
Yeah, I can't remember where it's like a Mayan temple or something.
No, Shangri-La is a Buddhist place. It's just it's thingy. It's
Was it Japanese?
No.
Chinese?
Nepalese. It's Nepal.
Oh, okay.
It's
but
like
at night it's set on Mars.
Yes.
If that's true, that's cool. But as far as I know, the devs came out and said no, it's just a nighttime thing because you are traveling in time when you do that Easter egg.
You want to learn more about Shangri-La? Shameless plug here. Play one of my favourite games ever, Uncharted 2.
Fair enough.
Because they do a lot of it. That's based in Shangri-La.
Like Shangri-La is one of the more beautiful looking maps. Like it looks really nice. The color palette and everything's really fucking bright. Plus, it was one of the first maps to be set properly in daytime.
The baby guns kill as well.
What is it? 3175 JGB 218 Baby Maker or something? I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So for me,
I would put it in just lackluster. To be honest.
See, I would put it in average because you take your Easter egg out of it. Shangri-La is not a bad map.
I mean, it has. I suppose it has like big training spots and that, but like, I think
it's quite a big map. It's easy for you to move about with and things like that. Is the Easter egg a nightmare? Yes. Is Pack a bit of a nightmare? I'll kind of give you.
Pap is only bad if the stone isn't actually on the one outside the podium.
Yeah.
Or outside where you pap. If it's not in that little temple area where Quick Revive is, no, that's not fun.
Plus on Shangri as well, you get the monkeys that run around it. When you shoot them, they do a thing they drop.
Yeah, if you get a drop, the monkey will pick it up and it will change over its head, so you can manipulate drops on it to get free perks. You can get more max ammos, you can get insta kills, whatever you need.
And double points. So like for me, apart from the Easter egg, Shang's not a bad map. So I would say average if it was me. But in fact, lackluster.
Like I would purely say
lackluster. To be fair, as well, I'm thinking about it more recently when I've played it when Gobblegums do kind of break it a bit.
Yeah, like I would put it lackluster just because of like how much there is trying to fucking kill you, like between the napalm zombies and the screechers. Also, out of all the maps in BO1, it was the only one that if you don't include Kino and 5, that didn't have a new perk. Call of the Dead had Deadshot Daiquiri. It was up on top of the lighthouse.
Yeah, I know that.
Next to the box location.
So next we have
Moon. The original ending of the Black Ops 1 zombie story.
For me, this goes on either good or great.
I would, if you're going off story, I would go great. Because the story that it's telling is pretty fucking good.
So I actually don't. I'm not even counting story on it.
Okay.
Go ahead. It tells is pretty good, but start them off at Area 51.
And a 50-50 chance of either having Jug or Speed Cola.
Then teleporting up to the moon itself, and then having anti-grav be a kind of major part of it
and now a mechanic of the game.
And being a major part of it until you turn power on.
Yeah, which then had certain areas get artificial gravity.
There's plenty of spots you can train in.
The biodome, basically.
Yeah, but not just the biodome as well. You can train near enough at spawn where Samantha says.
Yeah.
Then there's the
there's just the whole aesthetic of being in space.
Yeah.
Like the fact that
and also your first Avenged Sevenfold song.
What song is that on this map? I actually don't know that.
Nightmare.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't realize. I thought until
Origins.
I thought it was until Origins that there was a non-Kevin Sherwood song.
No, Nightmare was on Moon, and Welcome to the Family, I'm sure, was on one of the BO2 maps, but I'm not sure.
I could die. I don't know. Maybe it was Die Rise or something. Because we know that I know the Easter egg songs from Transit, Mob, and Buried and Nuketown.
Yeah.
Like I know all those and Origins was obviously like there was 3 songs.
Yeah, two,
and then 3 in BO3.
2 in BO3.
Because originally on Origins BO2 you couldn't play Shepherd of Fire. They added that in BO3.
Yeah, I thought Shepherd of Fire was BO2.
Nope. You could play the original. You could play Archangel, and you could play 115, or the song where you lie 115 on the generators.
Well, I know because I know that the opening for BO2 was Shepherd of Fire.
Yeah, but there was no way to play it in game. Everybody was saying there was. Then they added it in BO3.
Fair enough. But yeah, but Moon, you had, like I said, you had Nightmare. So I would say great on that as well. And then the Easter egg itself, yes, is RNG heavy.
It's RNG heavy as fuck, but
it's
super rewarding.
Not just that as well. To counteract that, so if we look at Moon in just the BO1 aspect, right? You have to do the Easter egg can only be done with 4 players because that was the way it was at that time.
And you always had to have Richtofen and I don't like this, but I know it was a thing, even though I still don't agree with it. If you hadn't completed the Easter eggs on Ascension, Call of the Dead, and Shang, you could not do Moon. Because you carried all those items through. And it had to be Richtofen in your game that started the Easter egg. You had to have Richtofen in your game to do it. That's why you needed all 4 players.
Richtofen had to get the extra races first.
Yep.
But you didn't need Richtofen to then do
the final Samantha Says in the rockets.
And also for the not the guest devices, the other one.
Oh, the QEDs.
QEDs, you didn't need Richtofen for the QEDs either. It was only the guest devices he had to get first.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, fair enough. Were you waiting on
Tunnel 6?
Excavator Pi, Tunnel 6? Yes, but they fixed that
in BO3.
First one.
Yeah, which
like
really nice.
There's a lot of things that it was RNG heavy with, but the annoying RNG did the reward outweighed it with probably one of the best cutscenes ever.
Yeah,
not even a cutscene, just the kind of
in game.
The scene of the rockets launching from Griffin Station into the Earth, and then boom, you could BO2.
And then you could go back to the Earth and see the fucking destruction.
Yeah, you could go back to Pack-a-Punch and just see everything around you destroyed. And if you had any kind of like sense of heart or anything like that, you'd be like, what have I just done? Yeah.
You completed Richtofen's grand scheme. And it was one hell of a way to end Black Ops 1 because, Jesus, nobody knew what was coming after that.
And at the point in time you were waiting to, the next game was Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, so they had a whole year between and you had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, because there was no leaks for BO2.
No, they kept it pretty tight-knit for once, which was nice.
Speaking of BO2.
And here we go. First map. Transit. I would put Transit in lackluster because it had so much potential that it could not live up to just because of the engine it was on.
Something. I'm going to agree with you on that. I'm not going to be that one and goes, oh, it's painful because it's painful. Like,
Transit
out of the equation.
Yeah, just don't talk about it.
Transit. To be fair, most of the Victus Cruise stuff wasn't as bad as it was. The problem with that was they were prepping for the PS4 to come out when it was originally announced, until it then get pushed back because Sony done what they always do and put all the eggs into one basket and they go, oh wait,
we fucked up. Yeah.
So I can't discredit Transit for that.
If Transit had been on BO3, it would have been a better map.
Yes.
And while, yeah, it has some of the better sections that you can just play on, as a concept,
amazing.
As a concept written down on paper, Transit is such a good idea. But in execution, it was terrible.
Plus as well, like, having the bus take you from bit to bit, and let's be honest, if you were a douchebag and you knifed the driver or whatever, and he kicked you off. And I'm sorry, I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you deserve that. Or if you were if you were the dickhead who got EMPs from the box and EMP'd the bus midway onto the lava, so it was stuck.
Didn't do that. I swear to God, didn't do that.
Yeah, right.
It's fun.
But no, honestly, Transit is just lackluster. It's not bad. It's not painful. It's just lackluster. If they had more time to develop it for a newer system and a newer engine, it would have been so much more.
Let's see what happens if we do eventually do get ZC2, because Transit will be on that.
I hope so. And it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Nuketown Zombies. This was the bonus map that was released with Transit alongside for the £5 price tag.
Painful.
Painful 25% of the time, bad 25% of the time, average and lackluster.
Painful majority of the time.
Why? Go on, let's hear it.
So, first things first, you were never guaranteed what perk was going to fall.
Apart from solo, because it was quick revive first every time.
Yes.
But that's why I say 25% of the time.
But then you also had the issue of you were never also guaranteed when pack was going to fall.
True that.
So you could be sitting in round 15 with no wonder weapons at all to help you out, and be sitting basically with just kind of what you could buy off the wall and trying to survive. Now, yes, they bring that aspect back in from what we had in World at War. Yeah, I can see the argument for it in that sense, but with what the amount of new players at Zombies between BO1 and BO2,
yeah,
and for me it's a step back. So I'm sorry, but if 5's bad, Nuketown's painful.
I can back that. There is definitely more of a challenge oriented map though. Like, it's really testing whether you can survive with absolutely fuck all for as long as possible. It doesn't take it as far as Bus Depot, but it definitely, it gives it that kind of rough challenge that people aren't really fond of. So I can agree with painful to a point, but for me personally, I think it's just bad. Even though I like playing it, I don't mind playing it every now and again, but yeah, to me, generally,
so as a casual map,
like if you just want to jump on and get and like warm up,
yeah, as a warm up map, it's decent.
Yeah, that's why I would put it in bad, but if you're going for a generalization of the map, then yeah, I suppose painful.
My other point is as well, for everything, for all the flaws it had, and you had to pay for that shit.
Yeah, extra. You had to pay extra for it.
See what I mean?
Wait, and I meant to point this out for Transit, by the way. And for Moon. For Moon, the new perk was Mule Kick, which they then added onto all the other maps. And Moon also came in the DLC pack that gave you the 4 remakes of the original 4 maps for Black Ops 1. And Transit. Yeah, and they fixed the Reese. And which meant they actually should have said that as well then. In Kino, they finally fixed Quick Revive so that actually revives you, which was a complete overhaul of the perk, which was really, really good.
But here's the thing, so if you're going to touch on that, Kino originally was made for World at War. Yeah,
Kino was originally meant to be DLC 5 or DLC 4 for World at War, but then they pushed it back because they didn't want to interfere with the life cycle of MW2.
Because MW2 was kicking everything else's ass.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then Transit added the only decent thing that ever came out of Mr. T-Lexify's channel. Tombstone.
Rest in peace.
Fucking dubstep remix of that shit. That's I'm sorry, that's like one of the only decent things that Mr. T-Lexify's ever done. Everything else is just fucking cringe.
I can't watch him.
Neither can I can't stand the cunt.
Like, I can watch Noah, I can watch Pizza, I can watch Waffles. Yeah. I can't watch, and I can watch Pat, obviously. I can't watch any of the rest of them.
No. I miss Azura, though. I'm going to say that for the record. I miss Azura.
I don't remember Azura.
He was the English guy that was completely fucking out of his nut. He was in the Z house, like.
Oh, was he?
He was in the Z house for like 6 months. He moved out with them and everything. So now we're on to the individualized parts of Transit. So we have Bus Depot, Farm, and Town. We can kind of rattle through these.
Yeah, Bus Depot, I would say, is lackluster.
I would agree with that, yeah.
Farm, I would say
average, just because it has the perks.
And I would say Town is good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say great, but definitely good. Like Town was that map that just it brought a lot of people together.
It did save Transit, to be fair.
The one thing I hold against Transit is the fact that the one place that should have had everything in it doesn't have fucking any wall weapons. Town on Transit has no wall weapons. It only has Jug and Pap. Which fuck Pap on Transit, by the way. No. Die Rise. Die Rise is bad. It's not painful, it's just bad.
There is.
And the reason I say it's not painful, it's only bad, is because while the map itself is absolutely fucking atrocious, the Wonder Weapon makes it somewhat bearable.
There's 3 things that save Transit mapping, save Die Rise in my opinion.
Okay.
So, you're saying the map is trash.
Yeah.
I don't think the map is trash.
Okay.
I like the aesthetic of the map.
In what way?
Set.
Like where it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also like the verticality of the map. I like the risk they took with it.
I like the risk, but I don't think verticality, especially in the engine that BO2 runs on, works.
Exactly.
Like, we've seen verticality can work in Cold War. It doesn't work now. Like, not at all.
But the Slickifire and the Trampoline
goated.
And also the banking system carrying over.
The fuck? I forgot about the fucking bank. That just trivializes these maps, man. They're not fucking hard. They're not hard, they're just fucking boring.
That's what saves Die Rise, in my opinion.
So where would you put it?
I would put it... I'd put it at lackluster.
Alright.
Again, it had potential.
Yeah.
It just didn't hit.
I will say at this point in the development of BO2, it was after this map release that Jimmy Selinsky dipped out, but he finished Buried before he left, so that's why Buried was still a thing.
So,
and Die Rise also introduced probably the single worst perk to ever come to zombies.
Oh, that's why I've not put it in average.
Who's who?
Who's who? And also the fact that, like I said, the verticality could have worked. If you once you get that elevator key, you should be able to use that no matter what.
Yeah, the fact that it's a once-use thing is stupid. Yeah.
Also,
the fact that Wonder Weapon, even though it's great, actively works against what the map is. Because it constantly tries to basically make you slide off the map.
And that's the risk and reward of the Wonder Weapon. It's like the ray gun.
Yeah. Except the ray gun. Yeah, which, by the way, the fact that they trolled PhD on this map in an elevator shaft you couldn't reach.
That was the other thing.
Yeah. Like, the Treyarch are known for trolling their fans, but doing that was just low.
Yeah. So
okay, lackluster, I can agree with.
Next one.
Mob of the Dead.
Mob of the Dead.
That's going up top. That is near perfect. Oh, here we go. What would you say? Go on. You are allowed your opinion in this video. Go on.
I don't know if it's near perfect. I would say if it's at the top end of great if I was to say anything about it. But storyline wise, Wonder Weapon wise, it does, and gameplay wise, I suppose. I can see why it's near perfect for a lot of people.
So what brings it down for you?
So the verticality in Die Rise didn't work. Why does it work in Mob of the Dead?
Because Mob of the Dead doesn't have that many sheer drops that will just insta-kill you. It doesn't have anything that is basically, if you go here, you die, kind of thing.
Yeah. Now,
go on.
I will say as well as one of the saving graces of Mob of the Dead as Electric Cherry.
Yes.
But what was dropped for it?
Quick Revive.
Exactly.
But here's the
you had Afterlife.
Yeah, I will counter you. Yes. Here was the thing though about the Afterlife, right? And this is why I think it was near perfect, because you are always limited to only 3 Quick Revives. You always got an Afterlife back every time you finished a round. So if you were good, you'd always have 3 Afterlife no matter what. You could basically run forever on that map if you wanted to. Even if you went down once, you could get back up, and the next round you'd get your Afterlife back. This is, of course, if you're in solo. If you're in co-op, it's 1 Afterlife each.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, it is top tier.
On the rock, you'll never hear me argue about it in that sense. And the actual story itself, the fact that it's taken from a real life story is pretty damn cool.
Yeah. The actors they got on the map, fantastic. The fact that the Wonder Weapon pairs so well with the brand new perk and how overpowered the Wonder Weapon is, as well as using the shield, is just perfect.
The shield,
yeah, the shield is the prison door. The prison door, the G-clamp, and the trolley.
That was just beautiful.
No. There's only one thing that I would say takes away from Mob of the Dead, right? And it wouldn't even take it out of near perfect if I was to put it there. Is the fact that you have to refuel the plane with each individual can. Like you have to go around and collect all the cans for the fuel again after building the plane once. That's the only thing that takes away from the map for me. Apart from that, I would leave it near perfect.
But not only that though, it's not only limited the amount of times you can actually go to the bridge.
Nope, you can go as many times as you want.
I thought it was only 4 times.
Nope. The only thing with the bridge is you can't get drops on it.
Yeah, I know that, and that's where obviously the end fight happens.
Yeah, that's where the boss fight. That's where your quote unquote boss fight happens. But no, I would say I could argue Mob of the Dead is near perfect. It has so much good.
I won't argue with it. I won't argue with it. Like I said, for me, it's in great. It's just
it'd be the top end of great, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of like a few maps that got to the like S tier or near perfect kind of thing that Treyarch ever did.
Yeah.
Because
we're hitting that quartet coming up anyway.
Yeah, we're about to hit the the
quartet. I'm sorry, but we'll get to the one. I know the one you're thinking about now, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Right, okay.
But I have to disagree with you on a lot of points on it. But
okay then.
So next is Buried.
Buried is average.
Buried is average. Buried is average. It's a high end average, but it's average.
Buried is average. It's just easy. There's so much you could do on it.
Yeah.
And it didn't take much. Plus the bank system made it like completely trivial to do anything on that map. Like you could be set up literally round one.
Yeah.
But I will admit, you gotta give some love to the boy Leroy Jenkins. Or as Dutch would call him, Arthur.
Yeah.
Like Buried had so much. It was so nice to have an NPC that for once was helping the player, not trying to kill him. Because like you had the astronaut, you had the Avogadro, like you had the fucking coming up the Panzer, but it was so nice to just have something that wasn't actively trying to kill you for once, that he was actually just holding your hand and helping you do things, and you gave him beer and candy to make him do those things.
Also, the fact that I had the paralyzer, which was a pretty damn good with the weapon.
The paralyzer and
hold on, I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
If you grab the chop, you could put what weapons you wanted to on the walls.
And you got 1,000 points for each and 2,000 for the last.
Yep, and also it brought in the first ray gun that didn't kill you when you shot it.
There was a 3-round burst, and it was the ray gun Mark II, which holy shit, that map did not need.
Unless you count the wave gun from Moon, but we don't really count that as a ray gun.
Yeah, no, that's not a ray gun. That's a popcorn machine.
Yeah.
And also on Buried, we also got Vulture Aid.
Yep.
An OP perk that had no business being as good as it was.
Yeah.
Like for 3,000 points, you got 3 different effects. You got armor points, or you got ammo points, and Vulture Aid smell. You got Vulture Aid smell, and you could see things through walls.
So like for me, it was. I think Buried was an apology for the Nutter.
Yeah, like Buried was Jimmy Zielinski's last map he did before Jason Blundell took over permanently as like the lead director or like lead creator on Zombies, which is where we're getting into the, as some people call the Power 3 or the Power 4.
So,
Origins
S tier.
Yeah, it has to be.
What's not already, what hasn't already been said about it.
Like even though some of it is a little bit jank on the original version, it was still just absolutely goated. Like for everything it did, the staffs, which even though we never saw again, unfortunately, like
we did technically when you count the bullets.
Yeah, but I mean, like technically, Jason Blundell did say that in Rev we would see the staffs again, but not how we see them, and I think that was kind of shitty. But that's just me.
No, I agree with you on that.
Like. It has that. It has one of the coolest free weapons you can get by using the Maxis drone, the Pack-a-Punched MG08 or Magna Collider.
Yep.
It spawns some of the more popular YouTube channels as well for making guides to actually do those things.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, shout out to my boy Crash Power. We love your Origins videos, my guy.
I would also say as well, like, Origins as well, like, if you can complete that Easter egg solo,
you are a skilled Zombies player. Like that was like Origins solo, even though a lot of people wouldn't agree with it nowadays. Origins solo was seen as the bar for skill.
You're top 1% Zombies.
Yeah, if you could do it solo with how difficult it was and how timing based it was, then yeah, you were literally in the top 1% of players.
only thing that sets Origins back for me is literally the staff step with the robots.
With putting the ones into the robot heads.
Yeah.
That was on BO2. That wasn't really an issue because you could just cheese the fire staff, but on BO3, yeah.
Well, until recently when Feckles figured out you could do it on BO3.
Using gobblegums, who would have fucking guessed?
Feckles.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I don't like how jank that is, but then again, it'd be funny to try.
Yeah. Right.
But
okay.
Origins, S tier, without a doubt.
Right. Shadow Zero is S tier, Ryan.
Okay. Why would I argue that?
Right, okay, I thought you were going to argue against it.
I was going to argue the Giant.
No, I wasn't counting the Giant.
No, okay, cool. So yeah, no. Shadows of Evil, yeah. I
like,
know a lot of people don't like it, but god damn.
We personally don't like the Easter egg that much on it.
The Easter egg is jank as fuck.
Because it's so awkward to get the timing down, especially if you're doing... So the single player Easter egg, yeah, fair enough, doing the Shadow Man, blah, 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 done. But actually finishing the proper EE with 4 players is so awkward to get the timing down sometimes.
3 days of attempts.
Yeah.
3 fucking days.
Yeah.
And then we never ever fucking touched Gorod properly until like 6 months later because we just needed a break.
Yep.
But Shadows, the whole story of Shadows as a single map and it being tied to the Mob of the Dead universe is just fucking cool.
And plus, last gen Richtofen.
Last gen Richtofen, that was I need to dig up my Xbox and actually get BO3 on it and play that just for a laugh. Oh god, yeah, but Shadows 110% gold.
Right. The Giant. So for me,
the Giant's good.
The Giant's good. The Giant is good all again.
Is literally Derice, but looks better and plays better.
Plus the opening cutscene is pretty fun. Do you know who I am? Bang.
Don't give a shit. Bang.
Like,
there's nothing. We've already said everything there is to be said about Derice and the Giant. Like they are literally one and the same, except now you get a reward for the Easter egg, and it's not the Victus characters, or not the Ultimus characters. It's the Primus characters, the ones from Origins, and none of them trust Richtofen, which is always fun. DE slapping that bad boy in S tier.
S tier. It is my favorite. It is my favorite map.
Yeah, like Dreisendrach with the bows, the whole Easter egg as a whole, and the first real boss fight in Zombies.
This is the map I came back to play Zombies on. That's an Origin. Because
Dreisendrach is a good map to actually learn.
Yeah. The thing is right, so everybody says the wolf bow is the easiest bow. I tend to disagree. I think personally, the storm bow's harder to do than the wolf bow.
Okay.
Now, my reasons behind it are so the wolf bow, you've really only got to make 2 shots that are an awkward shot. The first one with the flag, and then the second one when you're doing the wall run.
Yeah.
Right? The storm bow, you've got to make 6.
You have 6 that you have to make. You have to do 3 for you have to light the bonfires, and then you have to electrify the bonfires. So
for me, the storm bow, yes, it's a bit more awkward in the sense of where you've got to take the shots from, but that's it.
And there's only one person in our friend group who can actually do the fireball consistently.
Yeah, haha, no, we're doing a tutorial for it.
Yeah, like I said that to Adam last year. He should have released that on Noah's birthday and tagged him in on Twitter just to piss him off.
Yep.
Which, yeah.
And the sad reality is my brother was in my house last week, and just to show off in front of all of our friends, he'd done the fireball on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah. But no, Dreisendrach, 110% good. I can't argue
And
that
plus
at
the
all.
cutscene.
Yeah, I don't like the intro cutscene just because of the animation style, but it's definitely good. But that end cutscene with Dempsey, Jesus. No need.
No, just even before that, firing the rockets at Griffith Station.
Aye, like an in-game rendering of the rockets just flying
just
up.
reverse Moon.
Yeah, like you because of that, you stop the events of Moon, which means you stop the events of the other timeline happening. Which is why everything goes to shit in a couple of games' time.
Yep.
So
Zetsubo.
Zetsubo no Shima ZNS.
Great.
Really?
I would. Yes.
Okay, explain. Genuinely, go ahead. Like I'm open to this one.
The atmosphere in that map takes you back to the kind of how scary it was in the original Zombies.
True. Plus, the KT4 is actually a good Wonder Weapon. Just bad map.
The Thrashers are a good change from dogs and everything else.
I see. That's the thing. I would put Zetsubo in purely good if you're going by atmosphere and everything, because the Thrashers don't give you a reward. They come in so frequently and they don't give you anything, and they're absolute tanks. I know you can shoot the spores to kill them quicker, but in general, they're still tanky bastards to fucking deal with.
But they're not as tanky as the Panzers.
The Panzers in BO3 are pushovers, which, to be fair, the Panzers only put on maps where it's felt that a bit of challenge is actually needed because it can get too easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Origins is too easy?
Dude, you're OP with the fucking staffs. 2 shots from the lightning staff kills a Panzer.
Yeah, but I mean, if you didn't know how to do the stuff.
Yeah, I know, but like that's where, like, the Panzer is for argument's sake a minor chaos inside a much larger map, because he only comes once every couple of rounds. But the Panzer in Origins rewards you well for killing him because he gives you a part of the fire staff. In Der Eisendrache, you can get the Panzer helmet, but
You also get a part for the Ragnarok.
you also get the part for the Ragnarok.
But see, my thing with Zetsubo as well is like the jump scares that can happen and things like that.
Yeah, I still haven't got them to trigger. That annoys me.
Like there's so much in Zetsubo that's just eerie. Like I wouldn't say it's scary.
It's just off. Like the atmosphere is fucking off in it.
Unless you're
Yeah, exactly. Like, but as well as that, like, you know, there's torturing going on because they're torturing Takeo. Plus, that end cutscene between the two Takeos, like, that is that is some of the best writing Treyarch has ever done.
Also, it's where you find out the origins of Widow's Wine.
Yeah, it's literally spider stuff. And you can drink fresh Widow's Wine, which is what the achievement says. Drink fresh Widow's Wine.
So, like, for me, is a boss fight? No, not really. It's more just...
I actually have something I really want to test on that sometime. If we can get 4 people on for it again. All 4 of us have KT4s, right? We stand at the door before we go in, before the spores hide. Can we one-shot each of them all straight away and end the boss fight like that? Because I know you can hit the spore from the door with the KT4.
I don't know that.
Yeah, if you shoot the KT4 before you actually go into the room, you can hit one of the spores straight away. So I wonder if we all shot at the same time, could we break all 4 spores? It's actually something to test. We'll try that sometime. But yeah, so okay, fair enough. Zetsubo isn't great. I would still say it's only a good map in general, just because of like a lot of it is just getting set up on it because of how on solo, especially, like how fucking awkward it can be. But once the power's on and once you have the map open and shit, and you know what you're kind of doing, yeah, it's not the worst map in the world.
Yeah, and not just that as well, but like as long as you don't get a flower challenge.
Yeah, the flower. That's the thing though. The plant challenges aren't the worst. They're just too random. Like there's no set formula for it, and I think that's the issue.
Really? You've really got to do that to me after what I had to go through a look?
Yeah, true.
Really?
All right.
Right, Gorod. So, taking my own personal opinion out of this one.
Yeah, like we have very much fucking.
Gorod is a great map. Gorod is a great map.
Yeah, Gorod is it is great. It's just
although it hates us.
Yeah, 3 months consistently trying to do the egg and we couldn't do it, so we took a break for like 6 months, and then one day we jumped on with Luke and went, "Fuck it, we're trying it." And
Look, hold the zombie.
Yeah, look, hold the zombie. We know what we're doing. Just Master got me working.
Yeah.
Gorod has such a good story in that map though. Like the whole breakdown of Nikolai, talking to Nikolai, and like,
yeah, when you find out the premise, Nikolai actually didn't have as many wives as he was making out.
Yeah, yeah, like he was full of bollocks.
No,
but that's like all of us, like when we're younger though. We all talk bollocks to our friends to try and seem bigger.
Yeah, but the thing was, is Nikolai wasn't full of bollocks; he was full of vodka
and bollocks.
And plus, let's be honest, right? Yeah, is the boss fight really that hard? No.
Oh no, you can cheese the shit out of it.
But the dragon is so cool.
The first time you ever figure out you can fly in that game with the dragon and then go to Pack-a-Punch and it's this little fucking hut in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like that is so cool, but also at the same time terrifying because of how small it is and how quickly shit can get you.
Yep.
Plus, the ray gun Mark 3s.
And you also got a pet dragon.
You literally get a little pet dragon. It is fucking adorable. But you also get the unofficial Mark 3 ray gun. Everybody just calls it that, which just trivializes so much of that Easter egg and so much of that map.
Yep.
Up until about round 60 when it drops off.
It's literally just a Gears device.
It's a Gears device on fucking steroids.
Yeah. And plus the like everything about the map as well, where it's set. Like if you've played any part of kind of World at War onwards, like it's set in Stalingrad.
Yeah.
And the final boss fight is round that first fountain where you are lying and have to crawl. And it is so like it just kind of ties it off in a bow.
Aye. It's so like the whole story in that map is just amazing. Revelations. I would say good.
Okay. I can live with good on that.
I would say good just because it's not a difficult map in the slightest. It has some cool little side Easter eggs, but it gives me such a laugh to know that even the most hardcore of zombies Easter egg hunters could not find out how you triggered the egg, so they data mined the game to find out the steps, but ended up finishing the egg before finding out how you start it.
Yeah.
Which I fucking find hilarious, even though it was so dumb. But just because Revelations is so much recycled content, even though that was literally the point, I can't put it any higher than that though. I couldn't put it any lower because I feel like that'd be doing it a disservice because of how nice the map is. But any higher and you're kidding yourself.
Not just that as well, like fair play, like I my own kind of personal issues with Rev. More so to do with kind of like it's not that it's hard.
Yeah.
Again, it's RNG heavy. And it's kind of like, look, we'll get back to kind of like obviously Blundell teasing us with the staffs, obviously the end cutscene.
Yeah.
And then there's also the what I would also say is also kind of a bit of a tease with the different flavored Margwars.
Oh yeah, fucking 4 different Margwars. So there was the regular yellow one, there was the purple one, the fire one,
and the lightning one.
And the lightning one, yeah. Which is the blue one, wasn't it?
Yep. You had the void. You essentially had the normal one, the fire one, the void one, and the lightning one.
Yeah.
But I would also say as well with Rev that like also first time you got to use the Path of Sorrows.
Yeah. If you did the time trial. Which
so there's a lot of
there's a lot of like little hidden Easter eggs on it that you can get. Also, if you melee the perk machines over and over again, you can make Monty sing the perk jingles.
Yep.
I love that. It's so stupid but so funny at the same time. And then the ending cutscene getting sent back into the loop, so you now know that they're trapped in a cycle, is just kind of heartbreaking at the same time as, okay, so what's going to happen after that then? Because if it's just a continuous loop, how are you going to stop it? Or how do you break it?
Yep. How do you break the cycle?
And from there, we finish BO3 and we finish the Black Ops storyline for a while we look at 2 different games. These are ones that you're probably going to have a little bit less input on.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 of the maps, but yeah.
Yeah, like there'll be some on the World War II side I won't have a fucking clue about. Zombies in Spaceland is a great map.
It's a great map.
It is a great map. The Easter egg is difficult, but the overall aesthetic of that map, and I'm going to say this, the Zombies fans have been crying out for years to have a map set in a theme park, and we finally got that.
Not just that as well, but like set in the 80s when like I'm a big 80s. I was born in 91, man. I was born in the wrong decade. I should have been born in the 70s and grown up in the 80s.
Yeah.
'Cause I love 80s music. I love like Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, like Def Leppard. Like I grew up with all of that.
Yeah.
Plus, you deal with Hasselhoff to help you.
Yeah, you literally had the half, and you had the golden boy himself, Neil.
Yep. So I mean, look,
Zombies in Space, like Zombies for an attempt at Zombies, Infinite Warfare had such a good Zombies run that it doesn't get the love it deserves.
Yeah.
Like it really doesn't get the love it deserves, and I'm totally not using me uploading different gameplay from the maps as an excuse to have gameplay for a video I want to work on. Totally not doing that. Because I just need an excuse to do it, and now I have one.
I'm going to do one of my games again and down with IW.
If you want to, it's entirely up to you, my guy. There'll be no Easter egg runs on it, it's just for gameplay for now.
Yes, sack it, I might as well.
Rave in the Redwoods.
This is lackluster for me.
Yeah, I would say lackluster or average, but honestly lackluster. I just don't like the map. I have given it a very fair shake. I just do not think the map is that good.
For me, have you ever watched American Horror Story?
Never.
Right, okay.
I am an uncultured swine. I'm aware of this.
There is a season in American Horror Story called 1984 where they use a lot of the 80s horror tropes. So like, and it's set in a camp. It's actually set in Camp Redwood, to be fair.
Right.
But it's like, it's set in a camp. One of the biggest serial killers of the 80s is killing them off. But the way that he's doing it is like, kind of like how like Jason Voorhees would kill certain people, how Michael Myers would kill certain people, how Freddy Krueger would have killed certain people. Like, it had no kind of distinct pattern.
Right.
How he would kill. So like for me, Raven the Redwoods had that opportunity before that show even came out, or before that season even came out.
Yeah.
And they blew it. That map had the opportunity to feel like Knacked. Like Knacked when you first ever play it.
Yeah, like it had the option of being horror filled. Plus the Easter egg itself looks quite cool. Like it's difficult, yeah, but it's kind of cool as well. And plus the whole getting high in it is really funny.
Yeah.
But honestly, yeah, it's literally just lackluster.
Yeah. Shaolin Shuffle. I would say Shaolin Shuffle's good.
Right. See, this is where I need to make sure my bias doesn't come into this, because I think Shaolin Shuffle is near perfect.
I would say Shaolin Shuffle's good.
I would if I have to be fair to Shaolin Shuffle, I would put it in the highest end of good or the arse end of great. Like if it was that kind of way, but honestly, I can say it's good. But personally, for me, Shaolin Shuffle is my favorite map, and it is my favorite map in IW Zombies, and it is near fucking perfect. Like near perfect.
It does a lot of things right.
It does a lot of things right, but I will admit there is a lot wrong with the map in terms of like spacing. Like there's only one decent area to train, and it's in the boss room.
Yeah.
Like I will fully give it that.
And it also comes to the Easter egg steps as well.
Yeah, they can be quite dodgy.
Yeah.
But Kung Fu is also a really cool addition to the map.
Yeah, like again, like the whole point in the IW Zombies is all based on like typical kind of movie tropes.
Yeah.
And I like that. Yeah.
Like they did such a good job with these maps, apart from one. And they really brought the whole like living in a movie to life, and it's goated. To me, Shaolin Shuffle is very much perfect. However, I know I can't let my nostalgia bias it, so it is a good map. At the very top end of good, at the very bottom end of great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Attack of the Radioactive Thing is good. Is another just basic good map.
Dude, it's got Elvira in it. You're never gonna hear me arguing it.
Yeah, not even about Elvira though. It is just as a concept, that map is fantastic. Just it's a full daylight map that is set like midday, so it's bright. You can actually see what's going on. Like that's something that's rare in Zombies, but it's also something that's extremely special. Plus, the Wonder Weapon's funny as fuck.
What's the Wonder Weapon for that one?
The Wonder Weapon is a little wind-up gun.
What, a tennis cricket?
Hey?
Talk about like a tennis cricket at Men in Black.
It's like it looks like Rick's portal gun, but it has a wind-up thing on the side of it to charge up a shot, and then you can fire it, or you can just use it like a normal. It's like a ray gun, but really weak.
Oh, right, okay.
But no, it's actually really fucking cool, and you can upgrade. You can get it. You get it from the mystery wheel, and then you upgrade it.
Yeah.
It's decent though. Like Attack of the Radioactive Thing is one of those maps that I just fuck the chemistry step, by the way, for the Easter egg. Like the fact that you had to know chemistry for that, fuck that, carry on. Like that's dumb. But Attack of the Radioactive Thing is definitely one of the better maps, but it's not as good as Shaolin. It's definitely not as good as Zombies in Spaceland. But it is definitely better than the fucking last map.
Beyond.
Beast from Beyond is painful.
Yeah.
I've played a couple of games in Beast of Beyond, and it is just not fun. Like there is no fun aspect to that map. Now, true, you can get the power on pretty quick, so it changes from the fucking cryptids to the zombies. That doesn't make the map good. It's still shit.
Again, it's one of those ones where it had so much potential, but instead of just missing the spot on this one, they actually completely bypassed it. And
the funny thing is, the biggest complaints that people had about Beast from Beyond was it ruined the Ghosts storyline for the cryptids straight away. I don't know how, because I never fucking paid any attention to it, but apparently so. So, the Final Reich. The Final Reich for me is average.
I'm not gonna lie, World War II is pretty much all on you.
Yeah, so right, I can go as far as Darkest Shore. After that, I'm fucking lost. And Groston House. The Final Reich is average. It's nothing special. Like the map was trying to be different. It was fun. Like it was actually a fun first map for World War II Zombies, but it very quickly drops off and gets boring. And when you can complete the Easter egg by accident, that's not a good sign. Because your brother did that. Adam nearly completed the Final Reich's Easter egg by accident. He got to the last step.
Oh god, that doesn't surprise me.
The Darkest Shore is difficult because of the Westlers. They come when the fog rolls in and just fuck you up. Like they just fuck you up because they are so tanky and so thick, and there's no dealing with them. The Torture Path, the Shadow Throne, and the Frozen Dawn, I don't have an opinion on because I've played the Torture Path once, the Shadowed Throne for like 5 minutes, and the Frozen Dawn once. I have zero opinions on them. Groston House, unfortunately, it's just average as well. Because it's a little house. You have to do a little mini Easter egg to get the box. And there's no like upgrade machine or anything like that. There's no perks. I don't think there's perks. I think it's literally just as bare bones as you get.
So World War II, like every other part of World War II, is an average game.
Basically, yeah. Now we get to BO4. Oh, this is gonna be
Hold on. So, painful, great.
Lackluster.
Yep. Painful.
Average. Right, okay, we'll have to discuss classified, but no, right, so we'll go for proper, right? Voyage is painful. Voyage is just painful. It is
I don't even want to comment on it.
Voyage is a terrible map. It's a shame that BO4 was marketed purely on the guise of the Titanic being the main attraction for the first map. That you don't even save the Titanic, it still sinks. The Easter egg is shit. And I'm gonna throw this in there now. I like the Chaos Crew very much, so I have given them time over the years. Like, I didn't like them at first, but now I do. But unfortunately, you are just randomly introduced to this new crew who, if you didn't read the comics, you knew nothing about. And a lot of people didn't read the comics.
I didn't even know about the comics until after I started playing this with you guys.
Exactly. So that'll tell you. But they went from one of their worst maps to one of their best. 9. I would put it in near perfect, but I understand it is not there. It is a great map though.
So setting wise, it's in like a Roman Colosseum. It's brilliant.
It's a Colosseum, yeah.
The quote unquote boss zombies in the map are fantastic.
The gladiators, the berserkers, the tigers,
and the tigers.
They're all fun. Like, they're all fantastic. The gladiators aesthetically work. They are not hard to take out at all. Plus, they can give you decent rewards. They are your max ammo rounds, and they are also required for one of the steps for the main quest.
Wonder Weapon's trash.
Wonder Weapon is good for points, not good for killing.
Yeah.
That's why you always trade it out before you do the boss fight, because fuck bringing that thing in.
Now, boss fight wise, 2 zombie elephants.
I fucking love it. It's so daft.
It's so mental.
It's daft as fuck, but it works, and it's
and
great.
In the ending cutscene, you think, oh great, I've done this, I've beat this. Right, let's go, boss man. And then your head's on a blinking spike.
Yep. And then you find out that was only a vision, because you take smelling salts at the start of the map, so you're not actually dead. But yeah, 9 is definitely a great map. It redeemed the Chaos Crew slightly, but it's a shame now you don't hear from them until
slightly.
Yeah, because like everybody flocked to 9 once they realized how bad the rest of the maps were. Like, it's just fucking painful, unfortunately, how bad the game was. In some ways, in others not so much. But I'll say this, we're getting to a map that I'm going to fucking have a go at somebody for. And I'm going to just be very blunt about it.
Blood of the Dead for me is average.
It's average or lackluster, really, because it just fucking...
Yeah. It was a Call of the Dead remake we didn't want. It was a Mob of the Dead remake we didn't want.
Yeah, it was the Mob of the Dead remake no one asked for, and it was just...
What saves it is the story.
Yeah, the fact that Richtofen dies on that map. Or
Not
a version of Richtofen dies.
But the story in general.
Yeah, the 4 prisoners actually helping you. And the fact that Owl is the bird that steals the Chronorium at the beginning. Which, fuck
now,
you.
Do you know who the banjo player's based off of?
That's Pablo Escobar, isn't it?
No, it's based off of Al Capone.
Al Capone, that's the one. Yep. Because he used to play the banjo in the prison there, and after he died, people thought they could keep hearing the banjo.
Now, like I said, Blood is one of the ones where I would say is kind of average or lackluster, because it wasn't what we wanted.
The fact that they ruined the acid gap the Easter egg being the most difficult Easter egg that there's ever been in zombies, to the point where it's practically impossible to complete it, even though I know people have done it and they make it look easy. We are somewhat experienced zombies players and we still struggle with it to this day.
Yeah, because it's finding the spawns is what it is, because like, because of when you've got to start it for most of it,
yeah,
it just kills it.
Yeah, it's just so fucking difficult. Plus the fact you're meant to start it on round 17 is a joke. Classified for me is just lackluster. It's 5 remake, but it's actually better because the movement is the next gen movement that you have from the originals or from the like BO3 BO4 time, but it has this. It's the same map with a couple extra bits from 5, and you get to play as the Ultimus crew again. The Wonder Weapon, the Winter's Howl back, and it's actually decent. But the map also then takes a little bit from Moon and decides to go to the Pack-a-Punch area in Area 51. Which, last gen Richtofen jump scare for the win.
Here's where I put it down a level.
Go ahead then, I'm listening.
Round 150 Easter egg, when the BO4 engine was crashing constantly.
Could barely get past round fucking 5. Like, if you're going for the Easter egg, it is definitely not good at all. It is fucking bad. It is painful. But in general,
also, as a casual map, it's okay.
Yeah, like that's why I'd put it in.
I wouldn't, but it's not one I would say, oh, let's jump on and play a game of Classified.
Oh fuck no! Like no, I avoid it like the plague as much as I can. Like Adam knows that too. And cool, that's fine. Just flick it through it. But no, like I avoid that map at all costs. Like even if the touring comes up for the reached round 20 on it, I don't bother with it because nah, I'm just not interested. Dead of the Night.
I enjoyed Dead of the Night. I think Dead of the Night's good.
Dead of the Night, I can put in good or great because
only one of the weapons a good weapon.
I did not like Dead of the Night at the beginning. I hated him. I thought it was terrible. Right? Genuinely, I had no patience for it because there was that much to try and do and learn on it. It took Adam taking me by the fucking hand through the map basically to realize, do you know something, it's actually not that bad. And then as I played it more and more on my own and I started obsessing over trying to do the Easter egg on it because I got to the boss fight so many times and failed it, I actually realized that it is a great map that meshes well together. And that's why it pains me to this day when I hear Tim Hansen shitting all over the map because he doesn't have the fucking patience like I did to sit and learn everything. Like, he complains that the Alistair's Folly Wonder Weapon is not worth the fucking effort.
No, Bill, you can cheese Alistair's Folly in 2 seconds.
You can cheese getting it from the fucking wall. You can buy it, you can basically get it off the wall using the code. The upgrades, once you know what you're doing, are not fucking difficult. Plus, and the weapon is OP as fuck.
And plus, it actually brings more horror concepts into zombies. You get werewolves, you get vampires.
Werewolves, vampires, you can build the steak knife, which by the way, when you
bullets.
And you can build the silver bullets. But you see, when you complained, Tim, I know you'll never see this, but when you complained that when you were doing your BO4 Wonder Weapon video that you had to get not only the steak knife, but you also also had to get the crossbow. The crossbow's not a wonder weapon, neither is the steak. You didn't have to get those, but you wanted a reason to bitch. That was all that was. You are? You're skipping in it there, you alright? Your Discord sounded like it was dying. You there?
Yeah,
dude, check your internet.
Yeah, is it on?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out like fuck for me. Hang on. Yeah, talk now. Seems better now.
Oh, you're fine now.
Was I cutting out as well, was I?
Yeah.
Okay, weird. That was just Discord being weird then. Alright, we're back. But yeah, hearing Tim Hansen just shit all over this map hurts me to fucking no end.
Yeah, no, I can agree with you on that one.
Like, Dead of the Night is a good map when you take the time to learn it.
Plus, the cast on it is really good as well.
Yeah, the celebrity cast, like you get the fact that you get Brian Blessed on it and Helena Bonham Carter and what's your man's name from 24? What's his name?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland, yeah, and I can't remember the
I remember Butler's name.
Jeffrey. I can't remember his fucking. That's gonna kill me now. Hang on.
It's not
Godfrey. And he's Charles Dance. That's his name.
Yeah.
He was in Game of Thrones. Like I could never remember him, but I know the other three. Like I knew Kiefer Sutherland's name, I just couldn't remember it. But yeah, Dead of the Night is definitely a really, really good map that deserves a lot more love than it gets.
Yep.
Ancient Evil. This is a fun one.
I enjoy Ancient Evil.
Ancient Evil for me is a great map.
Ancient Evil for me, I can agree with Ancient Evil getting into great. I wouldn't disagree with that. Like the wonder weapons are good, the story's great, and the fact that the story left you in a cliffhanger still ticks me off to this day. That the fact that they've not finished the chaos story.
And that the sad part is they probably never will because of how cold the reception was to them, even though they gave a better story in this than the Ether story gave at the end.
Yeah, I know. So like for me, I would say Ancient Evil deserves to be on a great map. Like I said, not just that as well. You're in ancient Greece.
Yeah, you're in isn't it Delphi?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in Delphi and you're actually working using the gods' weapons to deal with the zombies.
You have Pegasus fighting Ares.
Oh, you have Pegasus fighting Perseus.
Perseus, sorry.
Yeah, and this fact you have to kill your boy Pegasus at the end of that is a fucking crime.
And then, like the fact that like the Pack-a-Punch is almost pretty much in hell.
Yeah, you're in the center of the world, like you're actually in between worlds to go and Pack-a-Punch, and you have to free Zeus's birds as well.
Yeah, like there is so much that they've done well on that map.
Yeah, like they did fantastic on it.
Look, for me, yeah, I would say Ancient Evil, great, not an issue.
Yeah. Alpha Omega. Alpha Omega is an average map.
Yeah.
It is literally
Loot Town zombies with a bunker.
Yeah, with where you can now access the actual bunker.
And the NPDs here.
Yeah.
And the avocado shows up.
Well, the APD is actually it was a separate pyramid that they built. It's not it's not the same one, unfortunately. But we now find out where Avogadro actually came from.
Yeah.
Because he's
this is why I don't eat avocado toast.
avocado. But like it's either average or bad. Like because it's just
the Mark IIs and the upgrades to the Mark IIs aren't bad.
They're
not
cool, great, but they're nowhere near as good as the original.
And like the different type of crawlers you get with, fair enough. There's a one Nova crawler step, or the one
the red Nova crawler. Yeah, you have to bring it to the.
That's a bit annoying, but like we've had escort missions before in zombies. Like Gorod Crovey, you've got 3 of them.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the Valkyrie, the
Mangler, and Gersh.
Because you have to shoot Gersh enough to get him to fucking go.
Look, and then Shadows of Evil, you've got the
fucking the stat, like the fucking statue step.
Yeah.
Or the I can't remember the flag step. That's what it's called.
Flag step.
Yeah, we are like zombies is no strangers to fucking escort missions, but some of them are just fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing you can say about BO4. All of the Easter egg steps did not make sense. No. It was just convoluted shit for the sake of convoluted shit.
It was BO3 was softer quickly when it made this one harder.
Yeah. But that's why I think that Alpha Omega is either average or bad. It's not even lackluster. It's between the two.
Yeah.
Tagged or Totem?
So
go ahead. To me, Tagged or Totem falls into the same thing as Call of the Dead. It's just fucking meh.
Yeah.
Like, you get the Thunder Gun, you get the new Wonder Waff, you get the Tundra Gun, like, goddamn. I understand you get all that, and you also get Golden Pack-a-Punch, which fixes...
By the way, that wasn't the Irish coming out there, he said Tundra.
Yeah, it's a frozen Thunder Gun, not the Tundra Gun. But no, and the fact that it has Golden Pack-a-Punch, which fixes the main issue that BO4 had, which was Pack-a-Punching your gun 5 times.
Yeah.
It still isn't enough. Like, it has so little going for it, and people do not like the fact that you're playing as the Victus Crew, even though I've said before, Tagged or Totem is not a bad map to play on. In general, it's not a great map either. Like, it is lackluster at best, to me.
Although, can we say something? One redeeming quality about the Victus Crew?
Go ahead.
So, is it Marlon?
Marlton.
Marlton. That's who he's specking on
it? Marlton, yeah, he's the nerd, yeah.
Yeah. So, for anybody that's ever watched Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go,
yeah.
That's Robin.
Yep, that's Robin. I love that. I love that fact. It's so funny. Like, that's the one redeeming quality. That and Misty's enormous personality.
Yeah, but she lost a fair bit of that in BO4.
Yeah. Like, really reduced it back. Which I still can't believe they fucking did. D-Machine. We're now on Cold War.
Fucking
D-Machine.
bad.
I can back that. It's just fucking whatever.
I almost chucked Cold War completely because of this map.
Yeah, as well as that, it did not help that there was a 3-month gap between D-Machine and first DLC.
Like,
that does not help. I will
tell you, I chucked Cold War for 3 months
until Firebase
came out. I almost didn't come back to Cold War because of this map. Now, story-wise for D-Machine, yes, it is good, but the map itself is just terrible.
Yeah, it's knocked with a bit extra that I've had many an argument about online with people over, is it a remake or a remaster? It's a fucking remake.
Yeah, it's a remake, it's not a remaster because it's not the same map.
Yeah, but the amount of people that don't understand what a remaster is compared to a remake, like, it's fucking scary. Like, I've had that argument on Reddit so many fucking times, but then again, it's Reddit. What do I expect?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But no, D-Machine is just, it's a bad map. It's just fucking boring. You play it a few times, you've played it every other time. Like, it's the map that genuinely just gets older and does not age as well like the rest of them.
Oh.
Firebase Z.
I'm gonna take my personal opinion out of this one.
Because
for me, Firebase Z, I enjoy it too much, so for me it's near perfect. But that being said, I would say Firebase Z would have to go into between good and average.
I would put it in good because it does have quite a few good qualities going for it. It introduced mimics for the first time.
Yeah, which I still say you and I both agree they missed a step with that by not making one of them a freaking perk machine.
Oh no, they did. You can get a mimic as a perk machine, but it's incredibly rare. The only thing they can't do is turn into the Pack-a-Punch machine.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
You would never trust Pack-a-Punch again.
Nope.
Nope. Pack-a-Punch is your best friend in zombies.
I hardly trust salvage boxes in Outbreak.
Or chests or anything. But no, Firebase has a couple of good things going for it. I know a lot of people don't like it, but in general, Firebase is one of those maps that's actually pretty decent. If you give it time and you learn how to learn how to train up the map. I will say though, the 3 power areas are very much unused. Like when you turn on the 3 generators, you rarely ever go back there again unless you're doing Easter egg steps. Or doing trials. Like outside of that, you only ever train at the helicopter site or at spawn.
Yeah, or outside the actual power areas itself. Like the areas itself are split into 3 and get like 2 parts to the area. So you're only ever training and like outside where the power itself, where you actually turn the power on itself, you never actually train in those areas. Apart from maybe the data centers quite big, you could train in it.
Yeah, you can loop around in it, alright,
yeah. But once you actually open up that up though, like you can just cut through the data center and expecting and just keep looping around. Like it's, for me, I enjoy it. I enjoy the Reiki. I think one of the weapons probably one of the best one of the weapons we've had in quite a while.
Yeah. True.
I would say that the having to defend as well.
The round 30 plus defenses are a bit stupid because you have to try and take it in order, but the thing is, because they've jacked up his health so much in those defend rounds, it's better to just let him break the generator before you and just turn it back on again.
Yeah. But like even then, like the steps itself, like Ryan was almost a world record holder on that map.
Yeah, at the very beginning, I had a run I could have submitted, but it was that bad of a run. Like with how I acted throughout it, like leaving to join parties and shit, I didn't bother because it wouldn't have been worth it to fuck. So,
but like the actual like, it renewed my faith in Cold War.
Yeah. And now we get to one of the more controversial modes. Outbreak. Now we're not ranking each Outbreak map individually, we're ranking Outbreak as a mode itself.
So I would say average.
As a whole mode, average?
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate what they were trying to do. They were trying to do something different. But it, as I've said before, it does not work.
As a tester, it works in my opinion.
As a tester, it works, but to basically end up putting a full stock of a game into it, no.
Yeah, but it's why it worried me with Vanguard that they were going to do that, and they basically did. And Vanguard's had such a bad reception that it has been leaked for COD 2024 that we are getting round base back. So for me, I would say it is average. Like, I enjoy the areas, I enjoy the tasks.
I would leave it in. I would leave it in average, and I wouldn't go any higher than that.
Yeah, I would like to see more tasks.
Yeah, if they added more stuff to it, it would have been better. It's the whole thing of that. It was the whole thing of the lack of zombies within the map was a problem. It was like Dead Rising, but Treyarch style.
Yeah. It's probably the best opinion you can put on it.
Yeah, so I'd leave it as average. Mauer der Toten.
I don't mind Mauer. I think Mauer's actually quite good.
Mauer is probably one of the better maps they made for Cold War. I would put it in good.
I enjoy Mauer. I think like the Klaus is goated.
Klaus is goated. The Cerberus is goated.
The Easter egg itself isn't actually that bad either.
No, like Mauer was made out to be this really fucking awkward Easter egg, but when you actually break it down, a lot of it is just getting set up, and then it doesn't take you too long to get through the rest of the steps.
Yeah.
Like once you get the Cerberus, everything else just kind of falls into place.
Yeah.
Which that'll be the like that's the second last Easter egg video that'll be up for Cold War. It'll either be after this or it'll be before this. I'm not sure. It'll be there at some stage.
Yeah. But I would say Miller was good.
Mauer like introduced the disciples. It also introduced the Panzer.
Yeah.
Like the Panzer plays an actual major role because it gives you one of the parts for Klaus, which you need.
Krasny sold that. Panzer sold that.
Yeah, it's a Krasny sold that because it's a Russian one now. It's not a German one.
Yeah.
But he's still quite tanky, but he's still a pushover at the end of the day if you know what you're doing.
He's tanky unless you've got a Super Easter egg done.
Oh yeah. Or unless you have the Cerberus.
Yeah.
But Mauer is just it is a good map all round, and it is very much a map that you can grind on. It's also a map that you can just have fun on. You can jump on and practice and be casual on it, because it also introduces you to it. It teaches you really good use of the mechanics of like zip lines and stuff.
Yeah, and also like you can train. There's a giant tank at the left hand side where you can literally train on it. Up till
the whole area just before Pack-a-Punch is a really good spot to train. Because you have the Wonder Fizz, you have an armor station, and you have a craft tools bench.
Yeah,
they have everything there, and
you're right next to Pack-a-Punch as well.
Yeah,
like training at that spot isn't actually that hard. Like when we were taking my brother through it, like I was training. We were doing it like around 35.
Yeah, because we were just slowing it down to get everybody leveled up enough to get into the boss fight.
Yeah.
Just to have like maxed out weapons and stuff.
You're talking like I was still training around the tank like a literal horde. So yeah, I would say I completely agree. Mauer should be good. As well.
Forsaken as an entire map is just average. It's not great.
I would say.
There's not much
I would
to
say
do.
the map is lackluster.
That's like, there really isn't much to do. It's a simple Easter egg. The Wonder Weapon is really fucking overpowered. While yet it chucks every sort of enemy except Krasny's at you. It has no challenge. Like Forsaken is a map where there is zero challenge. So yeah, I could agree with you and put it in lackluster. It floats between the two.
As an ending, the map's terrible, but the ending cutscene is great.
The ending cutscene is fucking fantastic, but the fact that you also get to see that Richtofen is actually behind everything is something else entirely. Like, wow. Even though we knew he would be in it somewhere because we saw Samantha, we did not expect to see him being in charge of the entire operation. And the fact that Peck survives the explosion. So that means we're not entirely sure if Kravchenko is dead or not.
Yep.
And that leads us on to the game you haven't played.
Nope.
Vanguard.
I won't play.
Too fucking right. Darren Fang is just bad. It's just shit. Like, genuinely, there's nothing to do. The new Shangri-La should be here as well, but it would be in bad too. Terra Maledicta is a fucking joke of a map. I'm putting it in painful, not because it's painful in any way, but because it's literally the second map with a green filter. You have Darren Fang, then you have like the second map, I can't remember the fucking name of it. Then you have Shangri-La, or Shinonuma Remake, and then you have Terra Maledicta, which is just the second map, but it has a green filter and it actually has a step, and it's round based.
Yes, I haven't played it in them, so. Yeah,
so like that is literally the rundown of that. It's okay to play once or twice, but I wouldn't go back to it. Like once I finished it, I uninstalled it and that was the end of it. The only reason I would play it is because it was actually quicker to level up on Vanguard than it was in Cold War, and they still had tied up progression there, so yeah. But fuck that, it's not worth. But this here now, this is our tier list for zombies. So leave in the comments what you guys think, what you agree with, what you disagree with. Yeah, this video here, raw footage recording wise, PJ, over 2 hours. Like, goddamn. Like, I'm
we'll talk about that in a second.
yeah, we'll talk more in a second. But leave your opinions down in the description, or leaving your opinions down in the comments, what you think of this video, because, or what you think of this list, because obviously there's a lot of maps here we haven't played, and there's a lot we probably won't ever play. I, at some point, will get to playing World War II again and trying out all the maps properly. But as of right now, I have no real plans to. Like, it's in the poll on the channel, but I have no real plans to, man. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, because it helps with people find the channel for the first time. Be sure to subscribe, ring the bell to be notified if and when I upload. Thank you, PJ, for joining me once again.
No problem.
And as always, we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
That's it.